dude, when I was a teenager, I worked in a screen printing shop.
Yeah.
And we printed the VooDoo Glow Skulls t-shirts. And I remember being a fan of them. This is in the late 90s, being a fan of them.
Yeah.
Riding my bike to this shop to screen print t-shirts. Oh, we're doing the VooDoo Glow Skulls? Holy shit. I must have been 17 or 18, you know?
Yeah.
And one day my boss, Pat, who's the coolest dude ever, and he's all, hey, because I had just gotten a car. I got this VW Bug, and he was like, hey, man, I've got like a couple boxes of merch. Like, do you want to drive these to the VooDoo Glow Skulls and drop them off? Like, probably knowing I'd be stoked too. And obviously, he didn't have to drive a fucking hour and a half to wherever the fuck they were at some show. And I drove to this show, and then I remember Eddie probably doesn't remember this, you know, but like I remember meeting him and him being so cool. Like, hey, I'm delivering your merch, and him reaching in the box and pulling a hat out and like, here, you want a hat?
Wow.
Do you want to come in? Fuck yeah, I do. You know, like, and
no way.
Yeah. So
dude.
I was a VooDoo fan already, dude. Yeah. Trippy, huh?
So it just comes full circle.
Full fucking circle, dude.
What do you think that is, man? Like, dude, like, what is that about the universe when these stories happen, right? Like, it is fucking mind-boggling. It's like, is there like a puppet like controlling it, or is it just?
I think it's time and place. Like, it's the course of your life is determined by a lot of time and place things.
Yes.
So, okay, Dan, the guitar player of Atreyu, said this to me. Because, dude, when I was a young kid, I was always seeking out music, seeking out shows, finding places to see bands, parties, wherever I could be, because I was so into it. And I think the fact that I was just there for so many things early on that became something or became nothing, I was there, though. Yeah. And Dan from Atreyu said this to me. He goes, man, just hanging out dramatically, completely altered my life. He's like, I was just there. You know what I mean? You meet people, and then 20 years later, Dan is Dan from fucking Atreyu. Like, we were just in the same place at the same time. You know what I mean? And I think, dude, it's just hanging out and just being there. Because like all of the people that are in these bands, like you'd see him at shows early on or local shows and things. And they were doing the same thing we were. Yeah. Seeking it out. Like, oh, there's a band playing. I heard they're punk. Okay, let's check it out. It's punk music. Or you look at a flyer. Oh, there's a punk band from San Francisco playing. I wonder what they sound like.
Yeah.
You know, so it dude, just, I'm telling you, hanging out just changes your life, dude.
Well,
you
look,
know what I mean?
Look what happened with Death, right? Just hanging out. Give me a shot.
Just hanging out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to everybody out there that's young, man, like, dude, chase it, find it, seek it out. It's out there. You know, and everybody that's old too, man.
Yes.
Like, dude, there's so many people I know that are my age. They're like, dude, there's maybe because I drive so much and I spend so much time on the road, certain distances don't mean as much to me as they do to other people. But sometimes a certain show or a certain tour will come through. I'll drive that 2 hours and I'll go see it, you know, and then the coolest thing will happen that night. I'll be telling my friend about it. They'll be like, dude, I can't believe you drove that far. And I go, dude, what'd you do in the 6 hours I was gone? You watched 2 movies on Netflix. You know what I mean? Like,
That's such a valid point. Such a valid point, right?
You killed a whole night on that couch. And the same time I went, saw this killer band, fucking ran into so-and-so, met this cool thing. I couldn't believe it. Drove straight home. I was a little tired the next day, but dude, it was so worth it.
So worth it.
But fucking Pennywise was so good.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.